Today we are going to start drawing our Wayne Thiebaud inspired gumball machine. You'll notice that we are going to be using two different reds to create the illusion of three-dimensional, being some shading. In the gumballs we will also be doing some shading and a highlight as well. We'll talk about that. We will put a piece of plastic on top to really make it look like a gumball, and we will cut it out and mount it to a nice piece of paper when we're totally done. The first thing I want you to do on the back is write your name nice and big so everybody can read it. Then you can flip your artwork over the portrait way, the tall way, so you can not see your name. Now the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take the circle piece, and we do not have enough for everybody to do it at the same time, so you'll have to share, but you're going to take the circle and you're going to trace it near the top. Now you don't want it totally near the top because we still have a detail to add. It's the top of the gumball machine, so we don't want to put that all the way up at the top. So I'm going to move it down just like that, just a little bit off the top. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hold it with my left hand, trace with my right hand. You could also ask a friend to help you with this step if you need. Go ahead and trace the circle. Next we're going to draw the bottom, kind of the body of the gumball machine. Now we want to make sure it's not too small. We don't want to draw a little bottom. We don't want to have it go right out of the sides and be huge. We want to have it be kind of somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to start about in the middle, and I'm going to have it go down to the sides. Notice how I'm having it go out just a little bit, like so. You want to draw lightly at first, and then you can go back and press harder. Now at the bottom, to really make it look 3D, we're not going to draw a perfectly straight line across, but we're going to curve it a little bit. Start at one side and do just a slight curve to the other side. Next we are going to draw the piece in the middle where you put the quarter and the gumball comes out. To do that, we're just going to do two squares. Again, draw lightly at first, because you can always press harder when you have it, and it's easier to erase if you make a mistake. Then on the inside, I will put a circle where I'm going to put that quarter. Again, drawing lightly. Could even write 25 cents if you'd like. And then the little knob where you turn to actually have the quarter go into the gumball machine. Next we're going to draw three lines for details. And again, we don't want them to go perfectly across the page. You can see here that I kind of did them in a curved line, so again, making it look more three-dimensional. I'm going to start here, pick up my pencil, and keep going. And then I'm going to do two at the bottom. Again, kind of a nice curved line. So the bottom of our gumball machine is done. Next we're going to do the top detail, and this little metal rod in here that has the gumballs kind of rotate and go through the gumball machine at the top. What you're going to do at the top is you're going to draw just a little line above and kind of cut through the middle. So you're not going on top, you're not going below, but you're kind of going right through that, and then you're going to take an eraser and erase that line. And on the top of it, you can add a little metal part. Next, I'm going to draw a rod going down. It does not have to go all the way down, but you want it to go at least over halfway. It is connected to this, so we want to start where that is. Have it go down the middle. Notice how it's not too thin, it's not too thick. can end it kind of at least halfway down the gumball machine. Now we're ready to add color. We are going to start with doing the red, the base of our gumball machine. And again, you can see we're going to use a bright red for most of it, and then over on the side we're going to go in with a dark red. This is going to create the illusion of three-dimensional by adding shading over here. We're going to do the same thing at the top. So what I want you to do is I want you to start on the right side with this. And we're going to go a little bit past the 25 cents. So to draw a guideline first will help us. So I'm going to start and I'm just going to draw a really light line. And we're going to leave this side white for now. We'll come in with the dark red, but the rest of this can be this red. When you're using oil pastel, you want to make sure you're pressing nice and hard. No, not so hard that you're going to break the oil pastel, but hard enough so you can't see any white underneath. You're going to want to go nice and slow. And you're going to color in this entire side. Again, going around this 25 cents and stopping when I get to this line, as we're going to come in with the dark red and the shading on that part. You can go right over those lines. You can still see them. We will go over them with a black oil pastel in a bit. Again, not going past that line. Once you have colored in over half with a light red, you're going to go in with a dark red. You're going to start over here just like you did before. And then what we're going to do is we're going to blend it into that lighter red. We don't want to make it so it looks like there's just a straight line. We want it to kind of blend together. So what I'm going to do when I get close is I'm not going to just stop. I'm going to actually go over on the light red. Kind of blend the two right where that line is, kind of blend the two together. Taking your time, pressing nice and hard. Again, where the two colors meet, you want to blend them together. Go right on top of that light red. You're going to do the same thing at the top. So you're going to start with the light here. Go a little over halfway with the light red. Doing the best to stay inside the lines, going nice and slow. And then you're going to take the dark red and you're going to blend it into the light. Next, you are going to take your silver, or your gray, and you're going to color in this detail and the top dot and the rod. Now we will be outlining everything with black oil pastel, so you can choose to leave this part white if you want, or you can color it gray. That is up to you. I think I will leave mine white and then trace it with black oil pastel to make it nice and clear. The same thing in this square. Go all the way, cover all the white. Then I'm going to do the same thing up here and the rod. Trying my best not to get my hand, any red in the gumball machine part, in the glass part. I want to try and keep that as white as we possibly can. Once you have colored in the red, you've colored in the gray, you're going to go in with a black oil pastel and you're going to trace all of your lines. You can see here I've traced the details here where you put the quarter. I've traced the outside, I've traced these lines, I've traced around the glass part, I've traced up at the top, and even this metal rod, silver rod. So you're going to want to take your time again, try and keep the middle part clean, not to get any smudges in there. If you want to put a paper towel down, you can always do that. But you're going to keep going until all of your lines are traced. Then we are ready for the next step, which is mixing primary colors to make secondary colors and painting the gumballs.